Hello everybody and welcome back to MineFam. Today is episode 4 and today, starting out, I am trying to fill my refrigerator. Andy, what is your refrigerator, you might ask? Well, my refrigerator is what I'm calling my ice box, which I'm trying to fill with all the different types of ice, or at least have 9 stacks of each one. So right now I am looking for the very expensive and somewhat elusive blue ice, but hopefully I can find some here in the next few minutes and be right back. And boom, look at all that high quality H2O. I probably didn't need all this. I may or may not use it, but it's there if we need it. So what I need this for is because we've been working on a little bit of a project since last video. Nothing huge. Kind of put the Guardian farm and the slime farm on a little bit of a hold, because I went through and made a list of all the stuff that I want to do farm-wise and build-wise at the moment, and kind of tried to put it in an order of what is kind of most important, I guess, that we need to do first, or most needed at the moment. There's a word for that I'm not thinking of right now, but so settled on that we need to get the witch farm decorated, and been putting that off for a week or two, and so I've been putting it together in creative, and I haven't showed you guys yet, but I'm going to get together a Lightmatica schematic and then put that in this world, and build it from that, and realize that I need lots and lots of wood. So naturally, like we do with, ooh, a little bit of a glitch. Naturally, what we do on MineFam is if you need a little bit of a substance, or if you need a lot for one project, you make a farm for it. So Jesse and I have put together this tree farm right here. Looks beautiful. I tried to go with the glass in the bottom, kind of matches the honey blocks and the slime blocks on the side, because the new honey block doesn't stick to the slime block, so you can make big pushable walls, whereas used to you couldn't, because slime blocks would reach their push limit, because a piston can only push 12 objects at a time. So naturally, if you put too many slime blocks together, you couldn't push the wall anymore. But now we can with slime blocks, because each of these pistons on the back pushes only one row instead of the whole wall. But anyway, if you want to see this design, this tree farm design, then I will link Il Mango's video in the description, because right now he is going through every Sunday and giving us a new tree farm design. He started a couple weeks ago with the very basic version, and then this week he's giving us a little bit of a quicker one, which is this one, a little bit quicker, and you can do 4 tree types: oak, birch, spruce, and jungle, which is why I have some saplings in my inventory. But I haven't tested this out yet with the tree, and I gotta go grab some bone meal for it. But we did have a little bit of an issue with the TNT duplicator up there, but we fixed it, so I'll give you guys a little taste of what's to come. So if we hit this barrel, that's the on-off switch. So if we go over here and watch, that TNT falls through the fence gates, explodes right there, and the next one will explode right there, and then that one will go down here, and then that one right there, and you get the point. So what I think I'll do for you guys is I'm going to finish up this little collection system, which is why I needed ice in the first place. And then while I was at it, I just got a lot. So I put this ice in, realized I was completely out of ice, so I went and got more. So the logs will fall right here, go through these water streams, and then go up a little bubble elevator that I'm going to put right here, and then into the chests out there. So I'll get this going and bring you back in just a minute. Alright, so we have a little bit of a storage system going so far. I had to move the bubble elevator out. I had it along that wall, but I needed to move it out so that the items will align on that chest and then stay over the hoppers as they flow down. But I also went and got some bone meal to put in that chest right there. So we have a shulker box full, which sounds like a lot, but it's probably not gonna last too long. But we'll try it anyway. So I guess what we have to do now is just head on up the scaffolding and try this thing out. If I was doing oak, which I'm gonna start with birch because that's supposedly the fastest, but if I was gonna do oak, I have to flip this lever down because of that double piston extender right there, which brings that glass block right there, brings it down, because if you have it up, you have a chance of let's see if I can find one. You have a chance of that kind of oak tree instead of this kind of oak tree, and that one will break the system. So we need all kinds of these, so we limit the height at which they can grow by bringing that down, and then if we want to do any other tree, you just push it right back up, and it's gone. So I reckon we'll just turn this thing on, and you turn this on by hitting that barrel. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a sapling here. I'm going to go ahead and place that too. Bone meal will be coming out of here. And these droppers, this dropper tower, there's 2 droppers right there that are empty at the moment, so it might use these and then have to catch back up, filling itself up. But the saplings that these crushers give back will hop into these, or will fall into these hoppers, and then come back to this dropper, which will put it right back in my inventory. So we should see this number stay about the same. It might drop to 10 or so, but let's try it out. So when we hit that, yep, that's pretty quick. And if you'll see the TNT come flying down in a sec, and perfect. Okay, and then this will stay here until I put another one right here. And then I think one thing I might could do is put a roof on this thing, because random light updates from the game actually affect tree growth, because I mean that's just how tree mechanics work. But if you put a roof on it, it takes I think 7 bone meal per tree to push it out, so you can kind of count on a consistent number to do this with as far as bone meal goes. But alright, so that's probably enough birch for now. I'm gonna throw these in here. Look at all those saplings coming back. I'm going to throw these in. I think I'm going to do some oak, so let's push this down. Alright, let's see if it stays as quick. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, I'm going to run this for a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have run it for about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, 10 minutes sounds good. I started with birch, just to keep it started off quick, and then I switched to oak. And as you can see, I finished up with the spruce logs, because I'm going to need a lot of oak and spruce. I'm actually going to need a lot of dark oak, but that is going to take a much bigger and more complicated tree farm. So I guess I can just go, if I have to go cut down trees, I'll go cut down some dark oak trees. But so this is what we got. Birch, I got this from about 2 or 3 minutes. I got this from a couple minutes, and then I ran the spruce for a good 5 to 6 to 7 minutes and got a whole 5 stacks and then some. Plus, oh, and I had 1 jungle sapling, so I'll show you where that is. Plus, so I got all those in the chests, and then I got 7 logs to go in the filters, and then the 41 in each filter hopper for each type of log. So you have the wood that's in there and whatever came through for these hoppers. So I would count this as a resounding success. So very happy with it, and this will allow me to get started on the witch farm that I've been putting off. So need to get to work on that. And one other project that I wanted to let you guys in on right now is back to this villager breeder, which I mentioned in the first episode. But what I want to do is I want to get, so there is 7 or 8 villager types, and what I mean, not employments. What I mean by that is there's 6, 7, or 8 biome variants. So this is the alpine or spruce villager type right here with these type of clothes on. That guy's a spruce villager type of guy, and then there's desert, and which I have over at the starting village that me and Jesse originally started with, and where my house still is, I guess. And then there's the plains guys, which are your typical like brown jackets, none of the fancy dress up. And then there's snow villagers, which is going to be a trek to go get one of those guys, or 2 of those guys actually. And then you have swamp villagers and jungle villagers and savanna villagers. I think that's all of them. But savanna I can find, and I'll explain that in a minute. Savanna, it has biomes, and they're acacia biomes, or acacia villages. And then the snowy tundra guys have their own village, but then the swamp villagers and the jungle villagers do not have, well, hello there, fella, do not have their own type of village. So you will never find, or I don't think, I can't claim for sure, but I don't think you will ever find a swamp village or a jungle village. So the way you get those type of villagers is you take 2 types of random villagers, and it doesn't matter their biome. You take them to a swamp, which we have right there, and you can breed them, and there's a 50% chance of you getting a swamp villager or the villager type of the parents. So I can take a couple guys right over there and breed them up until I get 2 swamp villagers, and then I can bring them over here and give them their own little villager pod like that. And I'll do the same with a jungle, and I'm gonna have to end up making another one of these setups. I think I'm gonna do it right underneath of this one, and that way I'll have enough sides and bed modules for each and every type of villager. So I think I'm gonna try to do that on the end, or kind of as a closing of all of my episodes. I might have to do a full episode, or the majority of one, for especially the snow biome villager, because the nearest snow village is that way. And I think the closest, actually that might be the closest snow biome, so I don't think it'd be any easier to take a couple of these guys over. But the jungle's going to be a big task, because I think the nearest jungle is that way as well, if I'm not mistaken. It might actually be that way as well. But that will be a hassle, because I'm going to have to take a couple of these guys, probably a couple of those guys, through the nether, way over that way. And then the swamp guys will be pretty easy, because there's swamp right there. Desert guys and savanna guys I can do over there at the other village and bring them over. But that is my plan for that, and then you guys will get to see that. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. However, one thing I do want to show you guys is this program called Amidst, which I use. I don't know if the other guys use it. There are multiple mapping programs used for Minecraft that we use ourselves, and one of those, the one that I like the best, is this program called Amidst. And if you Google Amidst like I just did, and it'll be, or Amidst Minecraft is what you need to Google, and then you'll come to this SourceForge page. If you want to copy that link down right there at the top, feel free. Then you hit the download button as you saw, and then you come down here and click. If you have Firefox, it'll come up, or excuse me, if you use Microsoft Edge, it'll come up right here in the middle. Firefox, I think, looks like this. Can't speak for any other browsers, but anyway, you come down here, hit the arrow, hit open or run or whatever it is, and then for some reason our seed is not working with their latest version. So what we do is, or what I do rather, is just I use just Optifine, the 1.14.4 Optifine, and then you open it up, hit File, New from Seed, and then you type in your seed, which I gotta find mine, and then you hit OK on after you type in your seed, and you hit OK right there, default, and then it will start loading in your world. And I like to go full screen so I can see. So this is what it's going to look like, and you can scroll in, scroll out with your mouse wheel. And as you can see, this little house spot is going to be your world spawn. And so if you remember from the first episode, we spawned in right here, and then our desert village is right in this area, and then this is that Savannah Hill that the cobblestone generator's on, and all that good stuff. So, and you can see that by if you go up to layers, it gives you all these options for what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So right now, last time I used this, I was looking for ocean monuments to build the Guardian farm, and ended up using one that's over this direction, because this is where our village or our community project is right here. This is Birch Ridge, and if you squint hard enough, you can see the resemblance to the map that I showed you from the first episode. So the iron farm is sitting right here. Jesse's alpine area is right here. Jesse's house is over here now. I don't know if I've showed you that or not, but Jesse's house is right here. This is Birch Ridge, so the wool farm's right here, and then the tree is right here in the middle. So the Guardian farm, to give you some perspective, is right here, is this little guy right here. So what we want to do is I'm going to use this to find the closest jungle and the closest snow biome, and I think it's down this way, but I'm going to check again. So what I want to do is I want to pull up layers. I want to spawn location I can handle. I'll just leave that. I'm going to deselect ocean monuments, so they're going to go away. I'm going to click on layers again, and what I want to find now is village and outpost places. So it takes a minute to load in because as you can see, the outside biomes are still trying to load, and you'll probably see a village pop up right here. Once it fills in all this outside, it should start popping up these icons. If it doesn't, it's probably a problem with the Minecraft version type, because I'm using the wrong kind. But yeah, as this loads in. But anyway, as you can see, this is the snow biome that I was talking about right down here, and you can see those 3 villages. So what I'm going to do is, there they go. So that's the original village that we started at, and this is Flash's Mushroom Island over here. So this snow biome right down here is probably my best bet for finding a snow village, because I've kind of looked around. If you zoom in, it kind of loads in faster. It's a little, although I haven't seen this one. What is this? I don't need that. Where'd it go? I lose our spot sometimes if I'm not careful. 0. Okay, so I'm right here. So my 2 options are this one right here, or this one right down here. If it'll load back in. I think I'm gonna stick with this one though, because it's closest to a straight line. It's not exactly straight, but it's closest to a straight line from our spot. So that means if I go in the nether, I can build one long bridge this way and then build one straight over to this village right here. That way I don't have to make a bunch of turns or build 2 long things like I would probably have to with this one. How many blocks is that though? And then our closest jungle biome is right over here in your bottom left. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be the part that's not gonna be too fun. Is I'll probably just come over here and is that one? No, I'm gonna have to come over here, get probably a couple villagers from this village, take them over here, breed them up in this little jungle biome, get 2 of them, and then ship them back through the nether to our spot right here. So that's what this next part is going to consist of. So what I want to do is I'm probably going to take you guys, I'll probably go ahead and take you to this village right here, and then so we can see it together, and then set up a portal and see how much work it's going to be to get back through the nether. Alright, we should be getting pretty close to the snow village, and there's the biome. And also, if you've never flown or just taken the time to explore your Minecraft world, I highly recommend it. And here we are, just because it's so cool to see all the stuff that Minecraft naturally generates on its own. That's kind of weird, but hey, here's the village. It's not too terribly far. I mean, it took a few rockets, but here's the if you've never seen a snow villager, boom, may I present to you snow guys. But so these are the guys that I really want these guys to be my librarians. And hello, sir. I don't know, I don't think there's a librarian here. I don't think they have a library at this village. I don't think. I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time. But so we did find the village. That was quest number 1. And of course it's turning night, and I don't have a bed. Let me just borrow one real quick. So what I'm doing this week is I can't get a video recorded and published by next Tuesday because my job is taking me out of town for a little bit. So what I'm doing with this video is I have to backlog a little bit. So there's not as much progress to report in this episode because it's been a very quick turnaround from last episode. So we did get the tree farm done, but not a whole lot to say, boom, here it is. Oh, I also forgot to mention that the tree at spawn is completely done now. So we've got that off our plate, and but yeah, I think that is what I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Next time we will be getting into a big project. I think this week I'll have time to play a lot and do a lot of the grindy stuff, but I just won't be able to get you guys a progress report video until a couple weeks from now. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. If you want to join our MineFam community, just please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!